Understanding and effectively communicating your financial contributions and projections is vital when building a business case, especially in professional services. Law and consultancy firms, like any other company, are driven by their bottom line. Your ability to present clear, robust financial evidence is what can set you apart from others and show that your promotion isn't just a benefit to you. Metrics and financials provide tangible evidence of your past performance and your future potential. They offer a concrete way to quantify your contributions and predict your future value to the firm. For senior lawyers and consultants seeking promotion, this section is often where your business acumen and strategic thinking are most closely scrutinised. Remember, professional services firms expect their individuals not only to be exceptional technically, but also strong business leaders. Therefore, showcasing a solid understanding of financial metrics and how they relate to the firm's profitability is really important. Let's break down the key financial metrics that you should focus on when building your business case. Chargeable time or billable hours. Billable hours are the backbone of financial metrics in a law firm or professional services business. They represent the amount of time that you have worked on client-related tasks that can be directly billed to those clients. You will most likely be required to detail your historical performance, usually over the last 3 years, which allows you to showcase consistency and provides a benchmark for evaluating your performance against the firm's criteria. You may also be required to compare your historical billable hours to the targets set by the firm. This comparison will highlight how often you have met or exceeded those targets, which is a strong indicator of your productivity and your reliability. Revenue generation or fee income. Generating revenue is a critical metric because it reflects your direct contribution to the firm's bottom line. This goes beyond just the hours that you've billed, it's about the actual income that your work has brought in. Investment time. While billable hours are vital, not all valuable contributions are directly billable. Investment time encompasses activities that, while not immediately generating revenue, are critical for long-term success. This includes time spent on business development, training or internal initiatives that demonstrate commitment to the firm's growth and your own professional development. Investment time may also be the reason why you are under target with your billable hours. For example, if you were studying for a qualification, this will be reflected in your investment time and should be explained. Utilisation. Utilisation is a percentage of your total working hours that are billable. High utilisation rates indicate efficiency and strong demand for your services. Where possible, it's beneficial to provide data that showcases your utilisation rates compared to firm benchmarks. For example, if you've consistently managed to maintain a utilisation rate of 85%, which is above the firm's target of 80%, this indicates high demand for your services and/or efficient time management. Irrespective of whether your firm asks for it, my advice would be to always provide a narrative of your financials, particularly if they're not as strong as you would like, or, by contrast, if you've had an excellent year. The financials can function as supporting evidence for any statements you might make later in your business case. For example, if you're looking to specialise in an area that you believe could be lucrative for the business, being able to point to the economics makes for a convincing evidence. Projections. Not every firm will require you to give projections for the future, but the more senior the role you're applying for, the more likely it will be, if you're applying for a partnership or a principal role, that you may be required to submit a detailed business plan alongside your business case. Projections are estimates of the revenue growth that could result from your promotion and the activities you'll undertake as a result. This might involve developing service lines or expanding into new markets. For example, if your business case for promotion to partner hinges on you being able to cross-sell employment retainers to the firm's existing clients, you need to be able to quantify this. How many retainers and how many clients? A word of caution on projections. Ensure that you've discussed these with your accounts team and with a senior partner or principal with your practice area to ensure that you have the right figures, as you may well be challenged on them in a later stage. You should also feel empowered here to show your calculations. Budget. Your business case will likely also need to reference any budget or resource that you may need to ensure success in the future. If you need the business to invest in specific activities or software outside of the usual spend, include a proposed budget. This shows that you've thought through the financial implications of your plans and are prepared to manage them. For example, if you're looking to develop the profile of your private equity practice in the US, this might require marketing and business development budget to allow you to attend conferences, to travel to visit potential clients, or run social media campaigns. The sooner that you can forewarn the business of what you need, the better. Budget doesn't have to be related to business development, however. It may be that you envisage needing specific software, training, or resource for another team in the business. By clearly articulating your financial contributions and future projections, you demonstrate that you understand the business side of the firm and are prepared to take on the responsibilities of a partner. Do not underestimate the power of the numbers, and be sure to always provide context and an explanation. The numbers do not always speak for themselves. The market in which your firm and your team operate is not static. It's influenced by trends, client demands, competition, and economic factors. As a lawyer or consultant aiming for promotion, demonstrating an understanding of these elements shows that you're not just focused on your immediate work, but also on the bigger picture that impacts your firm's success. Understanding the market will firstly help you to identify viable opportunities. Secondly, stay ahead of your competitors. And finally, in a business case setting, ensure that you differentiate yourselves from your peers. Understanding market trends is more than just recognizing what's currently popular. It's about understanding how these trends can influence your practice area and the firm's strategic direction. Consider how shifts in legislation, technological advancements, or economic factors are changing the landscape of your practice. A client I work with in employment law tells me that more and more of her clients are asking for specific advice regarding the use of technology in the workplace and the issues regarding data bias and the implications that that has for employees. 2 associates on her team have already set their sights on becoming experts in this area, given the likelihood that this will significantly impact the market, future legislation, and case law for years to come. As the firm already has technology as a priority sector, the chances are that these 2 associates will have a future business case for promotion as they continue to hone their niche and generate revenue and profile. By capitalizing on this trend and aligning it with the firm's strategic direction, they're likely to bring the firm significant revenue in the future, and credit should be given to them for spotting the opportunities in the market before some of their competitors did. Competitive analysis. Any comprehensive market analysis must include a detailed understanding of your firm's competitive landscape. Knowing your competitors, what they're doing well, where they might be vulnerable, and where there are gaps in the market allows you to position both you and your firm strategically. For the purposes of a business case, I would be particularly interested in understanding your competitors' reputation and market profile, their client base, any industry focus where they're innovating or leveraging technology. While you might not explicitly reference the competitor analysis or your findings in your business case, because your business case should be concise, they will help you to shape your ideas and arguments for promotion behind the scenes. It's also worth noting here that the results of the competitor analysis don't always mean that you create an idea that no one else has thought of. It may mean that you see an opportunity to collaborate with an intermediary to defend against competitor activities, or you use the competitors to illustrate a point in your business case. For example, comparing team sizes to reiterate the need for an additional partner, or to draw attention to the lack of a partner in a certain office, which limits the firm's ability to be seen as credible in comparison to competitors in that region. These are valid uses of competitor information. Client needs and emerging opportunities. Understanding your client's needs is central to demonstrating your value. This is about showing that you can anticipate these needs and align the firm's services accordingly. This doesn't just have to be practice or industry specific. It can be around ways of working and the delivery of client service. Years ago, I worked for a firm that was just beginning to harness the use of legal tech. They were predominantly using it for in-house purposes, for example, to help the lawyers deliver services more efficiently. A senior counsel in the private wealth team came up with the idea of a client-facing legal tech tool that helped acquisitive trust companies to run their own basic risk review, essentially running a mini due diligence exercise, which would then flag any risks the law firm to review and advise on. This was the first in the market of its kind and revolutionized the way that the team, and in some respects the firm, did business. And the reason it was so successful was because clients told us that this was a game changer for their business. It solved a need they didn't even realize they had. That senior counsel is now a partner, and this tool featured heavily in his business case, how he took it from idea to implementation to success and further opportunities. The figures and client feedback spoke for themselves. He was able to demonstrate what he had delivered for the business, which was a brand new revenue generating tech tool, why it was important, which included revenue generation, client need, positioning the firm as leaders in the tech and private wealth market, how he achieved it, which was working with the in-house innovation team, seeking client feedback and conducting jurisdictional roadshows to talk to prospective clients, and what he was able to deliver if promoted, which was more investment, more clients, and expansion of jurisdictional coverage. Firms are usually willing to invest in an individual who has this type of foresight, drive, and commerciality. It indicates that they are a good bet for the future. Understanding and articulating the market context in your business case is essential for positioning yourself as a forward-thinking leader within your firm. Recognizing market trends, conducting a tailored competitive analysis, and using this intelligence to anticipate client needs means that you can demonstrate not only that your promotion will only benefit your career, but also strategically align with the firm's long-term goals. This approach allows you to present yourself as an invaluable asset to the firm, someone who's not just keeping up with the market, but is actively shaping the firm's response to emerging opportunities and challenges. Being able to combine commerciality and entrepreneurship using market analysis is something that can set you apart from your peers. These examples that we've discussed, such as identifying new practice areas or developing innovative client solutions, highlight how your ability to foresee and capitalize on market opportunities can drive significant value for the firm. By doing so, you solidify your business case and also create the foundations of a successful and profitable practice. All of this from just understanding the market you're operating in.